Hey friend, welcome back to another video. In this one, we are going to do a full review of the Fringer Pro II lens adapter, EF to FX, so Canon to Fuji lens adapting. This is an important video because my most watched video on YouTube currently is the first impressions of this lens adapter, and now we have way more people switching to the Fuji family. Welcome everyone. And a lot of you are coming from the Canon system. So you'll want to adapt your lenses instead of buying all new ones, and we'll break down this adapter in this video. This video is going to be done in two parts. The first, I'm just going to talk about my real world experience. And the second, I'm going to show you as I move about my house how well different adapted lenses work on the X-T3 and on the X-T30. If you don't care about my opinion or my experience, then you can just skip ahead using the pinned comment to where I actually show you what the lenses are like. And if you end up liking it and you want to support this channel, it would really help if you used my Amazon link to buy the adapter. Before we get going into the actual review, I just wanted to make a quick note that I ordered this from the Fringer website because it was in pre-release, and I got it in 2 days, and I sent them the first video I made and heard back from them within the day. So I've been impressed by the speed of service for it being what I believe is just a one-man operation. Now for the actual adapter experience, this has been a joy to use. I have used the Sigma MC11 as well as several Viltrox adapters on the Sony system, and have a friend who uses the Fuji Viltrox adapter. And I think when it comes to adapting lenses, you just don't expect a smooth experience. And yet with this adapter, putting Canon lenses on my X-T3 and my X-T30 has been seamless. I have nothing to complain about. And as far as adapting lenses goes, it's the smoothest experience that I could expect, only second to really a native lens. From the Fringer Pro I to the Fringer Pro II, if you're considering upgrading or trying to find one used, you should know the differences are they moved the aperture ring further away from the body, and now my big hands can access the aperture ring with ease, not snug up against the body. They improved the computer unit so that firmware updates are better, although I haven't had to update the firmware because it works so flawlessly for me. And then they improved the interior coating, which what I can tell is that it's just felt, maybe a high quality felt with a good glue job, but it really is mostly just felt, it looks like. But I haven't experienced any sort of flaring that is strange, and I love the build. It's really high quality. I don't know what Fringer publicly says about the weather sealing, but I don't see any visible weather sealing methods. However, I have put this through rainy conditions, I've put it through snowy conditions, I have gone through hot and humid conditions, as well as incredibly windy and sandy or dusty conditions. And I've never had anything get through to the sensor. I've never had any connection issues with the lenses because of weather. I've never had body connection issues. So although they may not advertise that it's weather sealed, and I'm not going to tell you that you should go shoot in inclement weather, I will say that from experience, I have beat this thing up and put it through some weather and not had significant issue. The lens adapter does support IBIS as well as OIS. So if you have any optically stabilized lenses, the adapter does support that and will communicate with the body to make sure that the lens is optically stabilizing. And it also works with IBIS, so if you have the XH1 or the X-T4 that's supposed to have IBIS, then the lens adapter should be perfect for you. Now when it comes to the autofocus, which is probably what you really want to know about, I'm just going to point you back to the beginning where I said this is an amazing adapter. Having worked with many other adapters and heard stories about many other adapters, this is really, really good. I haven't had any issues in autofocus. I've been incredibly impressed. If there have been autofocusing issues, I often find that it's user error or just the camera quality or the lens. Either the autofocus is too bouncy, or maybe the face detect grabs something that's not actually a face. But none of that really has to do with the adapter. It's typically a body issue, a lens issue, or user error. This has been almost seamless in the integration of EF lenses on my Fuji bodies. So as for the autofocus, I highly recommend it. Now, like I said before, I don't have any complaints about this, but there is a weird quirk that I've noticed that you should learn about in case it happens to you, because the first time it happened to me, it freaked me out a little bit. I'll tell you now and then I'll show you a video to explain it, but there's no hard stop on the lens attachment, or the body attachment rather. So you can twist this 360 degrees around your lens mount. And I don't know if it causes the body any damage, but the Fuji lenses that I have, both the kit lens as well as the 7 Artisans 25mm, they both have a hard stop. So going both clockwise and counterclockwise, it will stop the lens from rotating any further. But this doesn't have a hard stop. So at times you'll rotate it either too far while putting it on and the autofocus won't work, or you'll rotate it too far when taking it off and you'll wonder if it's like stuck on your body. And that'll really freak you out the first time it happens, but it's hardly a complaint. I don't know why it does it. It doesn't affect the performance, except if somehow you bump your lens and you're like, oh, the autofocus isn't working. Just re-click it and it should be just fine. I'll show you now what that's been like as a user. So this is the Fringer Pro attached to the Fuji X-T3, and you'll notice that when I push the release button and I take it off, it works fine. And then when I reattach it, it works fine and it seals. But then if I push the button and rotate, it just keeps rotating. And then it can be continually rotated all the way around until I get to the point of removal. And I'm not going to do that too many times because I don't feel like it's good for the camera. But there's no hard stop built into the Fringer Pro, which is different from the native lenses. So yeah, even going in this direction, you can just keep rotating, and I won't do it again. But now I'll show you the difference. So this is the 7 Artisans 23mm lens, 25mm lens, and I'm going to attach it real quick to show you what I mean by the native lenses having a hard stop. So I'm going to connect it, and I'm going to rotate it. And now when I push the button and I rotate back the other way, it stops right there. And then if I push it and I rotate the other way, it won't let me go any further. So that's basically the issue. Now that you've heard my opinion and my thoughts, and you've seen the weird quirk that it has, and you've seen some of my clips that I've got with the Fringer Pro adapter, I'm going to put it in some real world situations. I'll just walk towards the camera in the typical autofocus test while talking for just another minute and let you see what it looks like in a real life scenario. If you're a Fuji user or a world traveler or a wedding shooter or a creative freelance business owner, I hope you'll find some helpful education here on my channel. My channel is going to be mostly oriented towards beginners, so if you're an expert, this might not be the right place for you. My channel probably won't have that much hype or humor or tech nerdiness, though I do love that stuff. I'm mostly just hoping that somehow my YouTube channel helps you. Okay, that's it for this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. If you didn't find it helpful or still have questions, then just feel free to leave me a comment and I'd be happy to help you out, or drop me an email. If you did find it helpful, then I would really appreciate your support. You can do it for free by liking, commenting, subscribing, bell notification, sharing it with friends. Or if you have finances, I would appreciate you buying the adapter and anything else using my Amazon link, or by going to my brand new website. It's going to be launching very soon, and it's got an online course and LUTs and a few other digital assets that will be coming soon for filmmakers learning. So If you'd like to support, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.